pair, strongly typed it. So it's very, very TypeScripty, right? And then I say status is running, and that's what shows up here. And then if I go to API 2, that's a very complicated API. No, I'm just kidding. Complicated endpoint, I should say. So it's a get endpoint, and this is the route. This is a get endpoint, and this is the route, and so on and so forth. So if you wanted to make this like a put out, presume you have a HTTP patch, put, post, whatnot, right? So you would drop these annotations, and boom, you're done. So getting an API running with endpoints, we could do it literally as we are speaking here, right? We can add the details. Of course, you need the dependencies. You're going to have to write to a DB, or maybe you have a caching tier. Of course, right? You have to create something meaningful. Creating a dummy one-pager that returns, hey, there. Not to mention each word being in its own method is not rocket science. But the idea behind this podcast video is that's all I had to do to get this up and running on my machine, correct? So I think we've gone through a reasonable number of things here. And yeah, this file might be of interest to the launch settings. If I remember correctly, this is where I changed the port number, right? For the app URL, there are two URLs, 5149. What is that one? That's interesting. Yeah, I don't honestly know what the 5149 is, what the second one is for. Thought I saw that in another file as well. I'm not sure. Yeah. But this is the app URL. This is the one that I had to change, right? And it's trying to say it's running as Express. And I don't believe I modified any of this other stuff, right? So let's say if you want to run it on a different port, let's change it to 7208. And then let's say we restart the server. I'm pretty sure I may have to change it some other place. Oh, not really. So I guess all I had to do is change that one thing to 7208, and it's good to go, right? Okay, so that's all that I had to change here. I don't even know if we need this. What is that? Okay. Yep, I have to look to see what that second URL is for, the app URL. Not sure. Maybe it's a fallback. Maybe if this doesn't run. Okay, let's just yank this guy out and then run that. Let's see if it starts. I'm sure it starts on 5149. Okay, and it sure would have, right? I'm not even sure what I was trying to do there. It is obviously going to respect whatever you give it there. Oh, maybe this is HTTPS, even though I don't have like even a self-signed cert here. Oh, maybe there is a self-signed cert. Let's look at the, oops, not the site settings. Let's go here. Connection is secure, certificate is valid. Oh, there is a self-signed cert. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, this is HTTPS and that's HTTP. And maybe because if you're running both, it's going to redirect one to the other. Yeah, I bet that's what it is. Okay, so that's one file. I don't know if there's anything else. And then there are the dependencies here, the .NET framework. And then where's the... I'm looking for the file where you add other dependencies. Like when you're adding like packages and dependencies. Where might that go? Like a package.json or a gem file and stuff like that. Actually, I don't know where that would be. That's interesting. And as I told you, remember, I'm here, I'm trying to share what I do know. I'm not trying to make up what I don't. Maybe. Could this be it? Not certain. Looks like one of those POM files we would have in Maven. I don't say it's unless you're knowledgeable about MS build. So that's clearly not, that's generated. So where would these dependencies be defined? Let's just say package.json equivalent in .NET. This is like old stuff. Let's look at it. npm packages, NuGet packages, CS project. Not sure. Yeah, I actually don't know. I'm recording this as, as we do here. What is package.json, blah, blah, blah. Oh, this seems like it's all old stuff. Let's look here. It's got to be something because these guys are actually using, maybe they aren't using anything in abstractions and extensions. This is actually going to its dependencies. But where are these dependencies actually defined? That's what I'm interested in. Solution. Back to the same thing here. Launch settings, app settings, JSON, program.js, create builder, weather forecast. Obviously, we've seen that too. Yeah, I don't know. We have to see, but I'm now curious. What is package.json and .NET? Not a JSON file. Let's see if there's any. Let's see here. A JSON file. App settings. Client. Oh, package.json. Oh, there you go. Maybe it was hidden. That's interesting. Okay. So it looks like that's what it is. Unless I'm hallucinating and didn't see it. So package.json. So I guess you'll define your dependencies here. Let's say debug. Oh, you know what? That looks very much like. Okay. I have an npm install there. I don't know. Does it mean I can actually start using the, and what is the .NET npm? Oh no, I'm looking at the .NET npm. That's not what I'm looking for. Debug. Okay, let me go to debug. I just picked up a random one here. So this is the node package. I don't know. Yeah. Let's see. And again, I'm happy to do this while I'm on the call. You know, sometimes it's easy to learn with somebody than from somebody. I'm a huge proponent of that. So you understand that it's all right. I've done this for a long time and still not be certain, right? We look for help and figure out the solution. All that matters is how, how well we get, how quickly we get to it, and how correct the solution is. Not anything more, right? So I personally learn from people who actually, I'm not trying to defend the fact that I don't know the answer. I'm just saying, yeah. Okay, I'm still not certain. If I want to add a dependency here, if I want to use something using, not Microsoft, using debugger, system stuff. I'm just trying to add stuff, debug. Okay, what is it saying? Namespace, name expected is a type, not a namespace. Okay, so I guess I'll have to go with something else. Microsoft.extensions.caching. So that happens to be a namespace, but those are probably part of the .NET framework, right? So I'm not interested in them. I'm interested in adding a new dependency to our system, right? So what is that in the .NET world? .NET app date extension. Is it called extension? Or what is it called? Extended support. Date modules? Or date, let's say date modules. See, that's the problem. I wish these examples sometimes are tiny, but they tell you that, but the very basic ones do not actually. Oh, using dependency injection. That's not. Let's take a different. Look for a different. I'm going to look for a .NET DTO mapping. Let's see what that comes up with. Right, .NET DTO. Create data transfer objects. Blah blah blah. Okay, but this maybe you don't need a third-party package at all. See, with this one, I know this podcast is going to become much longer than I originally intended for it to be, but it's all right. .NET dependencies or .NET, I would say packages. It sounds like the right word to me. .NET packages list. .NET list packages references for this particular app. Okay, let me go to, I think this particular app. What is this location? I think it's properties. Oh, wait a minute. NuGet project URL imports. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? a lot of the dependencies and properties. Okay, let's search NuGet packages.